How's it going, everybody? So I love my old Toyota builds. I really do. They're great off-road, they run forever, you don't have to worry about them breaking down in you. Easily get to 1,000,000 miles. But the one thing is, the interiors do feel a little dated, especially the screens. So on my 2007 FJ, luckily enough, we do have an upgraded Pioneer unit. But it does kind of remind me of my early 2000 high school days. So what we have, the brand new Dasaita, the G13 in-car entertainment system. This thing, guys, will blow my old Pioneer away. I can't wait to get this thing installed. So let's go ahead, get this unboxed and get started. This screen for the FJ already looks 100 times better than my high school doubled in. I know it might look like a lot of cables and wires to have to plug in, but don't be alarmed. Like, they're all labeled. It's all pretty much color coded. They all like pretty much only get plugged into like one place. I have a 2007. Without even looking at the instructions, I could already tell this harness right here that plugs into the OEM cables is already more basic, and I know since it's an 07, I won't be needing like a CAN bus module and all those things. I can already like 90% say this is a harness I'll be using. As you can see, for the newer one, we got CAN bus modules, we got RCAs for probably an OEM backup camera. There's all kinds of things in this one. So if you have a newer model FJ, that's the one you'll be using. For us, we'll be using this one. And as I said, like, they're all labeled, they're all color coded. Got SIM card, extra USBs, extra USB. So if you want to run one in the glove box or behind the back seat, wherever. We got the harnesses to add in an amplifier, OEM audio, and this right here goes to the microphone, so you could be talking hands-free. We got the Wi-Fi antenna, nice little stubby guy, GPS antenna, and the 4G antennas. So it might look like a lot, but it's really not. Let's go ahead to flip the unit over and get all these wires hooked up. Starting with the GPS antenna, we got this blue connector with the clip on the left side. So we're gonna go ahead, line it up towards the top. You'll hear a nice little positive click. Moving on to the 4G antenna. Oh, nope, that's the Wi-Fi. Here is the 4G antenna. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it does say 4G right there. All right, so already we got the GPS, the 4G, and our little Wi-Fi antenna. Cute little guy, a little stubby. Go ahead and keep him pointed up. It does have a HDMI in the back of the unit, so if you want to put maybe some screens in the back for some kids, go ahead. That's where you'd be plugging it in. Moving on, start with these top connectors right here. And the top left one is going to be our pre-outs for our amplifiers, subwoofers, left channel, right channel. Plug it in. All right, in this top row, I'm gonna guide towards the top. Moving on, we have a USB input, which is the purple one, and it'll just plug in right there. See the guide right there on the left and the clip on the top. Guide on the left, clip on the top. It's really hard to mess this up, guys. I'm not gonna be running an additional USB, and the one that would go next to the purple one would be this teal one, which is for a SIM card. I don't plan on adding a SIM, so I'm not gonna plug it in, but it would go right there next to it. You know, if you're not gonna run it, like, you can always like keep the cables and add them at a later time, but when you're trying to like shove all the wiring in, which is, I'm sure is very easy on the FJ because it's got that massive doubled in space, since this takes up the entire face of it. Just for the sake of like having nice tidy wires, I'm very neat on my stuff. I want it all nice and clean. I'm not gonna use it, I'm not gonna plug it in. Moving on, we have two more USB extensions, and that would go right there on the far right. The brown connector goes right there. Moving on to the second row, let's go ahead and get our wires together. Now let's start on the right side of the bottom row. We're gonna go ahead and grab our microphone input. Just gonna grab the gray, clip on the bottom, guide on the left, so literally you can't plug this into the wrong spot. And there's where our microphone will connect. Definitely don't wanna get a ticket, especially with all the new laws in California. Gotta stay hands-free. For the RCAs for the cameras, plugs in right next to the microphone. All very easy. Our OEM antenna will plug in right there. So these right here are gonna go ahead and plug into the OEM connectors behind the head unit, and this is gonna plug in right there. But let's go ahead, pull the old unit out and get this attached to the OEM connectors, and we'll move on to hooking up the air conditioning controls. Now that we're in the vehicle, there are two Phillips head screws on the bottom of this left trim panel right here. I already have them out from when I installed my whoop box. You can see it right there, and it's the same on this side. So mine are already out, so all we have to do is lift these tabs right here, or pull from the bottom right here, and this whole unit will come out in one piece. But you want to pull upwards and out, as there's a clip right there that's angled down. Moving on to the next side, on the right side, let's go ahead, pull this out. Nice and easy. We got the two side tabs off. There's two screws right here on the side, one right here and one right here. Oh, it is, yesterday was the 4th of July, and now people are still launching fireworks. Now that we have those screws undone, it should just pull right out. So that leaves us with the air conditioning controls. Just push this little tab in and pull. Remember, these connectors are from 2007. You want to be very gentle not to pull a pin out of placement. There we go, and we got one connector left on the bottom. Let's see. That was to the volume, or the, not volume, well, the volume of air knob, I guess you'd want to call it. Now that we have this out, we'll go ahead and put it with the replacement unit, because we are going to be adding the temperature controls and everything to the new unit. Now that we have the bezel out, here's our air conditioning controls. We're just going to leave these down below. And the OEM unit, just like if you have an aftermarket one or OEM, you're going to have 4 bolts that you're going to undo. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you have an impact, that's great. So this is a aftermarket unit, not from the OEM one. So we are gonna have to pull the wires through to get to the OEM connectors. These aftermarket units have their own wire harnesses, just like the replacement we have. So we gotta go in, source the wires that we're looking for, and they're right here. So here's the factory connectors that we need to plug into the new unit. We're gonna go ahead, unplug these, and pull this unit out. Now, I know it may have looked a little extra complicated, and I hate having extra wires. I'm sorry. The old unit did have all these extra cables in here. I did go ahead and tuck them back, but all you have to worry about are these ones right here. And this one stays blank for our unit, for our 07. So it's these 3 right here. That's all you gotta worry about, plus the air conditioning controls. This plug right here is if you have a digital antenna, which I don't. I still have the old style one, so I'll be using my factory plug right here. Let's go ahead and transfer the air conditioning controls onto the new unit, and we're good to go from here, guys. I know this task may look daunting using these old ribbon cables, but don't be afraid, they're very easy to use. The first thing we have to do is get this control board off this module. So there's this 1 screw, 2 screw, and 3 screws. So let's go ahead and get these unscrewed and get this control board off. Make sure to save the screws, as we are going to reuse them. Now we're gonna gently pull the control board up. Try to slide it out. And we're gonna notate the direction of the blue right here. So blue is up. And here's this ribbon cable I was talking about, guys. We're just gonna go ahead and grab it right here. Slowly kind of wiggle side to side, and it pulls right out. But again, notate that blue is up and black is down. Remember that when we go ahead and reassemble it. This is a control board, guys, so don't put it on a microfiber. This wooden surface right here should be perfectly fine. I'm not gonna worry about shorting it out. Make sure if you're touching the microfiber, touch something metal. You don't wanna zap your board. Dasaita does provide you with these pry tools. What you wanna do is slowly pick at all these little picks right here, all these little clips, gently. Again, this stuff is from 2007. We don't want to break any of it. Now that we have it all off, we're going to gently pull these ribbon cables out from the factory unit. This main one can stay. Now that we have all that out, you might have to help the board out a little bit by pressing it from the bottom. Let's see what we're stuck on. And there we go. Now we have the control panel out. Let's go ahead, transfer it to the new one. Now that we have the control panel in place on the new unit, all we're gonna do is just slowly press down. You might have to lift up the unit just so there's enough space. Let's see, it all feels pretty snug. Am I missing anything? No, it feels pretty good. All right, so here's the ribbon cables that come with the aftermarket unit. We're gonna go ahead and plug it into the OEM board. Here's the blue. The blue goes down. So we're gonna go ahead, just line it up and slowly wiggle it in. Just like that, that's it. Nothing crazy, double check it, there we go. Try to keep the ribbon nice, so when we put the other unit on, it doesn't get all kinked. Moving on to this right side, we're gonna follow the same pattern, and blue goes down. I'm gonna do it with my right hand. Just gonna slowly push, and that's it, guys. Really not too bad at all. So with these ribbon connectors, the blue side all goes down. Remember the main connector, we didn't even unplug, and it already has the blue. Just follow the same orientation with the 2 sides and you can't mess it up. So let's go ahead, get the main control plugged back in. We're gonna have to feed this ribbon through. All right, and careful not to crimp the outside connectors, but also make sure it lines up nicely. Let's not damage the ribbon connectors. Just gently feed it in. You don't need to like force it in there, guys. Now we're gonna put the shroud back in. There are some guides in there, so just slide it into those guides. And for the ribbon cable, make sure we feed it in there. Actually, you know what? It looks like the cable gets fed with it. So as you put it in there, it might be best, make sure you get that cable fed in with it at the same time. So there we go, it goes up like that. That's how it was from the factory. All right, now that we got that ribbon cable in there and it won't get bound up, now that we got it all lined up, let's go ahead and put the screws back into place. So a screw here, and a screw there. We're gonna reuse the existing screws that we took out, so make sure you don't lose them. Now that we have all the AC controls all hooked up, we only have one task left. Now that we have everything switched over from the old unit, all we have left are these connecting pins right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if you have some pick tools or tiny little flathead screwdrivers. These will really help. So what you gotta do is get behind the pin and just slowly lift up. I'll probably just show you how to do one of them because that was it. Now that we have the old pins off, it's very simple. We just take the ones off the OEM one and they just pop right on. Nothing too hard. By the way, we're all done with the old unit. We're gonna pop these in. Then we're heading into the car for the fun part. Get to see what this thing's like all plugged in. So as you see, I attached the GPS antenna right here and the 4G antenna right here, and I put it in a way not to obstruct any of the OEM stickers, serial numbers. Go ahead, move on to the fun part, put this in the car. All right, so excuse the beeps. I have to put the key in. What I noticed to have enough clearance is I moved the shifter all the way down into 2L, and now I have all this extra space right here to hold the unit right here, or else the shifter would have been in the way. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do and start with the OEM antenna. And that just goes right here. And then we have the black connector coming from the factory harness. It's just gonna go right here. Now that we have that installed, let's go ahead and move on to these air conditioning controls. The air conditioning controls are a little tighter, so it does get a little tight. And I already messed up. Slowly take your time. I plugged in the antenna that came with the harness. What I need is the factory one coming from the car, and you'll see that it's insulated. So let's go ahead and plug that one in. Again, just take your time, really pay attention. Let's go ahead and find our microphone connector right here. And here's the microphone connector. So let's go ahead and get this plugged in. So that way we don't get a ticket for talking while driving. There you go, make sure it's plugged in all the way. I did have to give it a good little solid click. All right, we got everything all plugged in. So let's slowly guide these wires into place. Now that I've gently massaged all the cables back in behind, I went ahead and put the 2 Phillips head screws back into place. I'm gonna go ahead, put the key in the ignition, make sure everything functions like it's supposed to. The screen turns on. Let's go ahead, turn on the air conditioning. I'll turn on the car real fast. Air conditioning seems to be functioning. Let's go to max AC. All right. Oh, we're on max AC, that's why. Feet in face, feet, everything functions. Rear defroster lights up. Hazards function like they're supposed to. Seat belts and securities. So air conditioning seems to be functioning great. Let's go ahead, turn the car back off now that we know it all functions before we kill ourselves from carbon dioxide poisoning. So now that we know it all functions, let's go ahead. We'll finish tightening up these bolts and get these trim pieces back on. And these trim panels are super easy to put back on. As you see, they're angled like this. So you want to match that same angle. Sometimes it helps to start from the top to the bottom. And there we go. And there we go. All right, so now that I've been having fun playing around, got my Android Auto connected, let's go ahead and get our steering wheel controls all hooked up. So let's go to settings, car, very simple. Don't be like afraid. Steering wheel keys right here. So let's go ahead, hit reset. Let's clear everything. Let's push some buttons right here. So let's start with volume down. So as you see, the screen pops up. And oh, short click or long click. You know what? I'm just gonna do it very simple. I hit negative or volume negative, hit OK. Now we're gonna come back to the wheel, volume positive. Brings you back up here, volume positive, OK. Now we got positive and negative. Let's go song down. Let's see. See, we got back right there. And then we got forward right there. All right, now we got forward, negative, positive, and all we got now is mode. So let's go ahead, and there's a mode button right there. Hit OK. Now let's save. Save now, okay. So now we got our steering wheel controls all hooked up. We got volume up and down, and I'm gonna try to talk over it so we don't get copyright on the audio. Audio next is working, audio down is working, awesome. Guys, the audio quality that we're getting out of this Dasaita is insane. The Pioneer unit that we had in here before was factory amplified, but the amplification that we're getting from this unit, it just blows me away. I literally sat in here for a solid 5 minutes, sitting in my FJ in the garage with the music just bumping in here. Like, this unit makes you want to just go drive the car. Like, just, it almost feels like back in my S2000 days, and you got like some good music vibing, and you're just one with the freeway, and you're just driving. This is how this unit makes you feel. And I mean, also, like, all the controls you get in this thing, there's so many things to play around with. You can have all your factory apps that you have on your phone on X, get it all loaded up. Android Auto works great for me. Nothing lags. It feels really good. The music, the steering wheel controls, everything's really responsive. I can't turn the audio up or else I will be tagged for copyright. But guys, I am so blown away by the quality of this unit. I mean, I'm also so blown away just by like the audio clarity. I know I keep saying it over and over and over again. This thing is awesome. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. I've never been so blown away by just like a car entertainment center. All right, y'all know what to do. Got any questions, comments, concerns? Throw them down in the comment section down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't be afraid to tackle this project on your own. You don't need to pay someone to do this. It's very simple. My video, there's other videos online. There's more than enough resources to help you get this installed. It's so plug and play. I'll leave a link in the description down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.